Hello everyone, this is Shami from Crafts, Names, and Things, and we're going to do a really fun craft today. We're going to make a beautiful gift basket. So let me turn it over so that you can see. So this is what we're going to make today. So if you'd like to see how to make it, just continue to watch. Thanks for watching. See you in a few minutes. We're back. This is Shami. Hi, I don't know if you can see me or not, but hello there. So I'm going to show you how to make that basket, and remember we made like the notebook and the coasters from last time. So hopefully this is a good setup so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I just kind of wanted to lay everything out so you would see like what you needed. So first I have this basket here. So this is what you're going to need kind of to put it together. And then these are flowers. And I'm actually going to put these right on the edges and maybe some on the side if I have enough. And then I like to put ribbons on my basket, so I have some purple and some pink ribbons, so we'll put those in there. And then I like to save money where I can, so what I do is I just buy tissue paper, and I'll show you how I just cut it into, I scrunch it up and then I cut it into little diagonal shreds. So we have some tissue paper here. Okay. And then I put newspaper in the bottom just because it helps items to be more steady. And since I'm not like securing this basket like with tape and like foam box because it's not being shipped, I just like to use newspaper kind of to make sure everything's in there steady. And it usually works. I mean, unless you go like turn in the basket upside down, then you should be okay. And then I have some potpourri, and I just tuck a bag and kind of put it in a little tulle. And this purple tulle is what we're actually going to wrap our baskets in. And that's what kind of makes my baskets unique, is that I usually don't use the that plastic stuff, the styrofoam. I usually use the net, the tulle, and I just think it gives it a really elegant, pretty look. You know, the other basket is fine, but I really like mine to be very, you know, unique. So that's what I use. Okay, and then I also have this beautiful bracelet set that I made that I sell in my Etsy shop and at craft fairs. So I am going to put that in there, and then I make these felted soaps. So I have one in here in purple, which is her color scheme. I don't know if you watched the previous video, then you know that this basket is for a lady who entered a drawing at one of my craft shows, and she won a $50 basket. So I'm making that for her now, and her colors are pink and purples, and she kind of just wanted like she told me just to be creative, like with the items that she wanted. But usually, like, I make pretty specialized baskets, so like bath things, or we can kind of mix them together or whatever. So that's what I'm going to do today, is kind of mix everything up. And then I have this pin that I made too, so that's kind of cool. And then I found this really pretty fan at a local Asian store, so that's really pretty, and it just happens to have like really pretty purple sequins in it, and it's a pink fan. And then I have a little scrunchie and a massager, and this kind of cardboard sign with chalk, you know, because those are kind of cute to have. And then I have like a glove, and I have a mug, and I have chocolate. So I didn't want to like bombard you with a whole bunch of stuff, but you'll see definitely like everything that I have when I put it in here. So we're going to get started. And for the first part, what we're going to need is we're going to need a glue gun. So here's my trusty glue gun here. And we are going to glue the ribbon around the edges. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So if you just hold on with me for 1 second, we'll get this stuff somewhere else secure, and we will get started. So I really want you to see this part very, very well. So I'm going to actually come on the side here, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing so you can see it close up. Okay, so I have my ribbon here. It's just pink and purple, just like standard stuff that you get at the crafts show, but I really like it. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut off a piece, kind of, and I just know this kind of by doing a lot of baskets, but I like to kind of twirl it around, so I'll show you how I do that. And this is all tangly. It's a tangle in this. Okay. I need to find out better storage for my things. Let's see. So I think that it should be about there. So I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of a long piece, but let me kind of put it there so you can see. So I'm going to cut about that much. And as you can see, I just measured and measured the thing, the handle, right? And I'm going to like triple it. So if you can kind of see, it doesn't have to be like perfect. But if I was to like do it like that, and then if I was to do it the other way, it would be about 3. Okay? So take my scissors here, and I'm going to cut. And if you have too much, don't worry, because you can just cut it off at the end. So, sorry, so you can see here, I'm cutting that off. Okay. Very cool. And I'm just straightening it out a little bit up here. It looks like I got a little knot in there, so I'm going to take that out. So see, there's a knot. I'm just going to undo it there. Okay. There you go. And then I am going to take my other ribbon, my pink ribbon, and we're going to do the same. So we're going to kind of, that's 1 maybe, 2, maybe 3. Okay, so there you go. We might have some left over, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I do here. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to prep my flowers. So all I do is I usually don't use the leaves. I like to just use the buds. So I'm just going to pluck them off. That's it. So we'll just pluck them off, and I kind of count them. So it looks like I have about 6 of them. Okay, so there we go. 1 there. Okay, and you know, I'll use this for something else. Like if I have another basket that's like more natural, then I will use these leaves and I'll bunch them together and they look really pretty. So definitely save this, you know, like don't waste anything in crafting because you can use it for something. It's amazing the things that, you know, you can use, things that you would disregard, you know, for. So, and I'm all about that. Like seriously, if I can find something else to do with something, then I totally will, to use it again. Okay, so we're going to take our trusty glue gun here. Hopefully I have enough slack here. All right. And all I'm going to do is right here, if you can see inside there, right there, I'm going to put just a dab of glue. Okay? So we're going to put some glue right there. And then I'm going to have my ribbon ready. And I'm going to stick it right in there. Okay, so can you see that? Okay, so we just stuck it in there, and it's okay if it drips a little, that happens, and we'll clean that up at the end, okay? And anyway, yeah, paper's going in it, so people will never be able to tell, but I usually like to clean it up. But okay, so then we're going to take this, and we're just going to loop it around like this. So I'm kind of just going to show you how it goes, but for every like round part that you make a loop, I put a dab of glue, and that just makes it secure. So we'll just take that and we put it around, right? And I think I might have cut too much ribbon, but that's okay. Okay, so we will do that again. So we just wrap it around, and we take some glue and we put it on there. Okay, just like that. And you won't be able to see this part because it's out of the range of the camera, but I'm just going to keep wrapping it around. And then you'll see when I come back on this edge, you'll see really good. Okay. I'm going to do that like that. So I'll take it and wrap it around like that. Yeah, I cut way too much ribbon, but that's okay. All right. Okay, so we'll do that like so. Alrighty. And then we'll do it like this too. Again. So I make these too. I have kind of like a double business, I say, but I've been making the gift baskets for a really long time. I really love doing them. So They're a lot of fun. So see, I just put a little bit of glue, and see, I'm just swirling it around like that, okay? And then I'm going to show you here so you can actually see maybe a little better. We're going to take this, line it up right there. Hopefully you can see that dab of glue right there. And then we're just going to take it and we're going to line her up just like that. Okay, and then I always bring my ribbons inside just to hide them a little bit. So what I'll do is I'll just turn it around this way so you can see better. So what I'll do is, you see we have this little part here that's kind of sticking out a little bit. Oops, all tangled. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of measure it down so that I can secure it here. Okay, and then we're going to just give it a cut. So all I'm doing is just cutting this off, just like that. Okay, very good. Okay, and we'll save this ribbon for later to wrap the basket up, so it's okay if there's a little bit extra, or a lot extra like I did. Okay, so then you're going to take this and you're going to put the glue on like we did. So see, there's some glue there, and we're going to just secure that baby just like that. Now I have this pink ribbon and I'm going to do the exact same thing, except that I'm actually going to crisscross them. I really like that look, so we're just going to do like we did before. So right here where the basket is, sorry, I'll turn it up this way, you can, I'm going to put a dabble of glue right there next to that other pink one. Okay, so I'm just going to take this, put that there, and we're going to do this like that. It's amazing because my mom inspires most of my crafts. Like, that's how I got started making baskets. Is she was like, Shimmy, can you make me a basket? And I was like, I don't even know how to make a basket. And then, yeah, and so I just started doing them, and I got better and better at it. So it's a lot of fun. Like, I love making them, you know, and it's just, I don't know, I always say more is better. So it's not like you're just getting a couple of gifts. You're getting things that are, you know, made just for you and that are special. You know, you can tell that the person didn't just go out and buy something, which is fine, and sometimes you need to do that, but that they spent time, you know, getting to know you and knowing what you like, you know, your favorite color, your favorite chocolate, and that they told, you know, the craft basket creator, you know, what you liked, and that person spent time. I mean, I think it's just such a beautiful personal gift. So that's what I love about it. So I'm just spinning this around, and you'll get to see when I come on the other side really well here. Okay, but this is kind of what we have so far. I'm going to turn it around so you can see. So see, I just looped those all around. I just made like an X, and I just put a dabble of glue. See, you can see it. See, there's just glue there. There's glue there. See? So that's all I'm doing. So you can't really see up here, but we're just going to keep going. But again, just with every craft, you just get your own style. And maybe someone will like, you know, using that styrofoam. But I just like the tulle. I think it looks really elegant. So that's my favorite thing to use. Oops, and I just lost my glue. Again, still let me go grab that really quick. Sorry, and I was going to turn this around so you can see better. Okay, so there's that one. So all I'm going to do is take a dabble of glue, right there, just like that. Hopefully you can see that. And then we just take it and we spin it around so it touches right there. Okay, and then I'm going to do that right down here. So I'm just spinning around so it makes like an X kind of. That's the way I think of it. And then you just put that there, just like that. Okay, so we are going to, again, we have all this excess, as you can see, so we're just going to trim it down. So we'll just take that, trim it down, and then I'm just going to put a dabble of glue, just like that, like so. Okay, and we're all done with that part. So this is what you have, guys. You have this beautiful basket that's all rounded like that. Okay. Alrighty, and then we have all these kind of strings hanging down. See, I don't know if you can see them or not, but there's kind of all these glue gun strings hanging down. So I'm just going to pick those off, just to kind of clean her up a little bit. There we go. Very good. And then in this one, I have like this big hunkin' piece of glue, so I'm just going to kind of peel that off a little bit, just like that. Okay, so there we go. So now I'm going to decide where I'm going to place my flowers. So I want like a front-facing basket, so the basket is going to have items and it's going to face you this way. So I always keep that in mind. So I'm going to put a flower here, just like that, or maybe, you know what, I'll put it right there. So you have one flower front and center that's facing you. So we're going to put the basket there. We're going to put the flower there on the basket, okay? Alrighty. And I glue down the stem first and secure it. There we go. Alrighty. Just like that. And then what I do is I go back over it and I glue down the flowers. So let me show you here. So just going to take that and we're going to glue it down just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to glue one here. So see that one there? I'm going to glue it down. So wherever it falls, I'm just going to take my glue gun, put it down there. Very good. And that just makes it secure, you know, so that flower isn't going anywhere. So I just kind of make sure that it's okay, and you can kind of play with it and make sure it lays the way that you want. And we're going to kind of keep, maybe I'll put one here too. Wouldn't that be pretty? So we'll do one there, like so. So see, that's the way that that one looks. Just like that. Okay, so let me come around here. Alrighty. Okay, so we're just going to secure it just like we did. So we just did a dabble of glue. And then I'm going to take this petal here and I'm going to put just a dab of glue there. Very good. And then we're going to do a dab right up there. I'm just going to put that petal on top. And you have to hold it maybe for a few seconds, you know, just to make sure that it doesn't come off. Sometimes they like to come away a little bit, so you just kind of do that. Okay, so next we're going to take one and we're going to put it right here. So that one's going to go right up there, okay? Ready? So we're going to take this, we're going to put it right there. Ready? And again, we are going to just secure it. Secure that leaf. That beautiful bud. Okay? And then I'm going to make it, and again, I like, maybe we'll put one here, because this is my front facing. So this is really where I want my flowers, you know. And sometimes I put them like all around the basket, which is normally what I do, but I don't think I have enough of this one. So we're going to go with what we have here. So, and I really like it this way too. So we'll do it that way and that way. So you have one here and you have one over there. Okay? So we're going to secure the one over here first. Okay? So I'm just going to, again, put a dabble of glue right there. Okay? And it's time for me to get another glue stick, so we're going to stick that baby in there. Alrighty. Okay, so dabble it and secure. Secure a couple of those leaves. Okay, and that one came up. Like I said, they sometimes do. So just going to do that. Okay, so we'll turn it this way, turn it that way. Again, I'm going to bring this over a little closer to my glue gun. Okay, and then I'm going to put a dabble of glue, just like that. So there's some glue there. Okay, and then I'm going to set it in there like so. Let's see if I can do this here so you can see a little better. Then we're going to dabble it on there like that. We're going to do another dabble there. Make sure she's nice and secure, just like that. We'll stick it back in there. Sometimes it likes to come undone a little bit. There we go. And look at that. You have a beautiful basket. And it just took you a matter of minutes, you know? It's beautiful there. So that's what we have so far. And I am going to probably do this in 2 parts. So we'll do the newspaper and the other part, and then I'll show you there. So for the newspaper, I'll just grab a sheet of newspaper here. And I'm going to crumble it up. And then I'm going to just set it in the bottom. And I'm going to line the whole bottom with newspaper. And what this does is it just gives a steady place for your items to go. And then you don't have to use so much tissue paper either, which is awesome. Oh, and this is kind of the part of the basket that no one really sees. So sometimes I rip them off and I just see how I have some holes there. Yeah, so I put one there, a smaller one. And put one there. Put one there. And I'll put one there. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to do the tissue paper I was telling you about. So all you do is you grab your tissue paper and you're just going to crumble it up like so. And you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut out little strips. See how I'm doing that? Just little diagonal strips. So I just crumbled up my paper, crumble, and then I'm just going to cut it at a diagonal. See there? See what I'm doing there? There you go. And you're just going to cut it off. Okay, so we'll just stuff this. See, I'm just going to put it right on top there. Alrighty, and I like it to be really full because it sinks kind of when you put items in. So I tend to use a lot of these, a lot of sheets. So I'm just going to keep cutting and keep covering. And I usually just do it right in the basket. And normally I have some of these, you know, I'll just take a day and just make little curls because I sell baskets, so it's always good to have some around. So, so I'm just going to do that. So I hope everyone had a good Christmas. I did. Like, I got a lot of gifts that I wasn't even suspecting, so that's always a blessing. You know, like just to see how generous and kind people are too. It's always a beautiful thing for Christmas, I think. So I hope you guys all had a good Christmas too. So we'll do this one. Alrighty. So see, I have this little edge that's not covered. So let me turn it around for you. So see how that's kind of, you can kind of see that there's some brown paper that you can see. So just going to kind of smash this down just a little bit more, just to get a good vision of it. Now, if you want to use a double-use colored, you know, tissue paper, And that would be pretty too. The only thing is that I find that the white doesn't wash out other colors. Like if I was to put purple in here and then I put purple items, it would kind of be hard to see. Because I see the tissue paper as kind of part of my design, so I think it just looks better with a white background, but that's just my preference, as I said. But you'll get your own preferences, and it does look really pretty with colored tissue paper, and I have done that before, but I kind of like the white. That's what I'm used to doing, so that's what I'm going to do. Okay. There we go. Alrighty, so this is going to be the end of part 1, and I will be right back with part 2, and we're going to fill in the basket, and then we might have to have a part 3 so I can show you how I wrap it all up. Okay, so I will see you in a couple of seconds.